Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy TN9876 here, aka Rock, and today I'm going to be showing you how to save your builds on Border. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get B tools. So to do that, we'll go ahead and head over to the chat and we'll type in B tools me, just like that. Make sure it's the same way or it's not going to work. So now that we have those, we can go ahead and create what we want to save. So I'm just going to make a little hill here, put some dirt on it, and then put some snow on top. And then I'll change it to studs. And then there we go, that's what I want to save. So now that you have that, we can go ahead and group it up. So we'll select the bottom portion here by holding shift and clicking, and then we can do shift G to make it be a group. And now if you see, if we move it and such like that, it'll stay as a group. So we got it all grouped up. So now if we open up Explorer, we can either click this down here, or you can do shift H on your keyboard. You can see it'll be highlighted and it'll say model. That's just the default whenever you group something. So we're going to be changing that to be save file, just like that. And to do that, you can just click on the name until you get a blinking dash, and then you should be able to write in a name. So once you have it named save file, just like that, go up to the chat here and do save file, write, and then whatever you want to name it as. So I'll just do Hill Winter. So that is where you're putting in the name. This down here, you want to make sure that's always save file. Don't have that named to anything else. But up here, this is where you could name it to what you want. And now you can see that it says successfully saved as Hill Winter. So that's how you know it worked. If that doesn't come up, you have an error. So either try breaking up your build because you have too many parts, or just do other things. It might just be glitched out, so you never know. Alright, the other thing is we'll go ahead and load it here. So we'll do save file load Hill Winter. And that's how you load it right there. And then there you go. And when you load it, it'll have the same name as when you saved it. It'll actually have all the capital letters and everything like that the same way you did it too. So I'll just go ahead and remove it here. And then we'll delete the save, which is just like that. Save file delete Hill Winter. And then in the chat, it'll say successfully deleted. So if we try to load it again, now it won't load. And so that's how you save everything on Border. So the other thing I want to go over really quick is saving multiple models within each other, or groups, whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, I have two hills here. I just copied the other one over. And if I pull up the Explorer, then you can see they both are highlighted. And they'll both be named model because that's the default when you group things. So if we group them together, and then I go to save it, change this to save file, just like that. And then I'll do save file write, and I'll just do Hill Winter again. And now if I get rid of it, and then I reload it up, then it'll be save file in the Explorer, just like I said before, and both of them will be selected. But if I actually ungroup it by doing shift U, now you can see that it's still going to be all one part there. So if I ungroup it again, then it's just going to all be messed up. Nothing's going to be grouped how we had it, and it's not going to be the right way. We can actually click through here and we'll regroup it real quick. Alright, and so now that we have both of those back, we can actually look inside of them. And as you can see, if I click on that, you can see both of the parts. And then if I click on the other one, then you can also see the parts from the other model. So this is just what makes up your groups, is what you group together. And if we were to change the name of the model, so let's make this one A and this one be B, then when it saves, it will not mess up because the parts inside will look to group with other things that are going to be called B or A. So we'll just go ahead and resave it here. And there we go. And then I'm just going to reload it. Just like that. And now when we ungroup it and we look inside, everything should be saved correctly, because those parts will now look for other things that are under the A group, and it'll group with those. And then it'll look for things under the B group, and it'll look for that. And then it will group all those things together correctly. So the only time that it's ever an issue is if you just have a lot of things that are under the same name. But if you look here, we're going to actually go inside of the groups, and if we change the names of each one, so let's say we'll do AB for the top and then AA for the bottom. And when we do that, you're thinking that the A's will then mess up with the ones in the other group, but that's actually not the case, because as long as you have those groups at the top there, so the ones with the multiple bricks, the colored bricks, those are groups. As long as those are different, it doesn't really matter what's inside of them, unless what you're doing is having multiple groups inside of them. Then you got to make sure those groups aren't the same as the other ones that are inside of that. So that's all for building and saving on Border, and I'll see you guys next time.